So I'm going to mount this on this carriage here. So you got your two rods with your drive belt, and there's two holes that line up with the holes of our manifold. Now that flat surface that the holes are sitting on, that's our critical surface. So if this platform was warped at all, if the bottom of our manifold wasn't flat, that's going to throw off the level, the flatness of our nozzles to any other reference. Again, it's not ideal, but the way these things were designed, we really don't have any other option. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this down so the holes line up. Okay, then I got the two cap head screws that come from underneath the bottom. You can actually see it come out this hole. So line that up. I can start to screw it. Alright, there we go. And we want to make sure those surfaces are clean before we start to put them together. Then you just want to get it to where it's snug to start off with. After they're snug, then you can give her the beans, give her a good crank. And if you go too far, you'll strip the aluminum block. Just want it enough or it shouldn't come loose. Okay, so I have my fan up here that'll go on front with the shroud. I can add on. I skipped it for now, but you could do the crimp process to each one of these fans, the left and the right fan of the for the extruders. Now, obviously, there's a danger with that, because if you don't have the plugs labeled, you can put the left fan on the right extruder and right fan on the left extruder, and so when it tells it the fan to turn on to cool down the block, it's cooling down the wrong block. So we want to avoid that. So we'll leave that for now. So far these fans seem to be pretty reliable. When we get to that point, we have the fittings. I want to make sure my servos or steppers are plugged in. Okay, so this will end up coming into the front, and I'll pull, or put, in this case push, some of the wire that I pulled for the fan back up the nozzle. I can also go to the back and start pulling it to get it to go back. And I'll do that once I have the shroud in place. So last things to do would be to snap this conduit in place, just this little piece of plastic conduit, and then there's little holes that you can stick the zip ties through. And you do want to try to do that. You could go around, but it's just a lot easier to go through these little holes, and it gives you a much better grip. Just want to wrap around. Just make sure everything's kind of where you want it, that you don't have any wires getting pinched. Then same thing with the bottom one. Gotta be careful not to pinch any of the wires during this process. So it seems to work best if you stop the ties right on the edge of the plastic part and kind of pull against that. So once those are in place, and this is, yeah, that's nice and rigid now. This isn't that hose isn't going anywhere. So we'll go ahead, we'll snip off the extra zip tie. Now you want to be very careful not to cut the cords, and having light will help you not do that. So alright, and that should be good for now.